To drive in. He's been good. 7 guards, 7 RBIs on the season. Come in, but Wasatch does. So give an RBI. Fastball, and this is low. Count to 1-0 to the number 5 hitter, Rollins. Here. 4 RBIs on the year and a pretty good batting average. Holy count. Rollins will be playing third base. freshman combo here is you have Johnson. It's pitched 1.4 ERA. He's been good. Average 7 RBIs, 3 extra base hits on the season. Yeah. And first pitch is in there. Breakout stars down in St. George in both tournaments, really consistent, and he's going to take ball 2 as well. You know, you say something, that's okay. Fastball up to the left-hand side. A little bit more zip than it looked. Brings the count low to 2-0. Crew takes the 2-0 as well, but that one's going to be on the outside part of the plate, making the count 2-1. He's going to swing it at 2-1, a little bit ahead of it, and it's going to be a high pop fly to right field. And make the count. That the first out of the game for the Wasps. Got good contact. He went really high with it. Chett Wilson's going to swing at the first pitch. If the bat's going to be a slow ground ball to the second baseman. Second baseman's going to come up. That makes the play at first base. And just like that, Wasatch is retired their first 2 guys. Lazy ground ball here on the check swing to Payton Swapp. It's going to be right down the first baseline. Pitcher's going to go over, make the play, and just like that, 1-2. Runs on no hits, no. In that inning is Wasatch. Brought to you by Wasatch Bag Flooring. From the words of Wasatch Bag's customers, from start to finish, the entire transaction was honest, professional, and meticulous. Highly recommend Wasatch Bag Flooring and Paint. Thanks, Dan, and your team. Wasatch trails 1-0 after the first inning. Jackson Kelson on the mound for the Wasps. We'll start with a 1-0 count. On the season. Second inning action also brings you the Wasp Rewind. Spring's the busiest sport, and it's going to get busier. I don't know if you saw that UHSAA voted to add men's volleyball as another sanctioned sport, and it will be played, of course, in the spring. So they've added lacrosse, boys and girls, and now men's volleyball.
Great news for Wasatch, too, because they got a really good men's volleyball program already. In fact, I should double think, but did think that
yes, yep, you bet. 2-1, Bailey's going to drive, line drive. That's going to be the first hit of the game for either team, as Nate Mountain was able to score run in the first inning thanks to two by pitch. Jumping into some other sports type, soccer's off to a good start, but had a rare loss on Tuesday to Provo. They beat Skyridge last Saturday 2-0. Carter Davis had a goal and an assist in that one. Wasatch fell 1-3 to Provo on Tuesday. Diego Magana had the lone goal for the Wasps in that one. They're now 4-2. And you say, is there reason to panic? The Wasatch lost a region match, but last year Wasatch as well had a loss in region play, and then were able to bounce back and win the state championship. Hit and run action. It's going to be a ground ball to second base. They're able to get it to Carter Bucott, and that's the first 4-6-3 double play of the season. Great turn there from Chett to Carter Bucott. Kelson gets the first ball. Gets double play for the first and second out of the inning. That ground ball was by Simmons, junior first baseman. That's going to bring up the number 8 hitter, number 11, Chandler, a senior, playing left field today. He's going to square twice, and both pitches are going to be up in the zone. So it's a 2-0 count now to the number 8 hitter, Chandler. Jumping over to softball, Ty. The softball team, after losing last week, their first game, bounced back in Maple Mountain on Tuesday, 8-1, to improve to 8-1 on the season. Page got Armandaris and had a couple of doubles and 4 RBIs, a light work for Payton. Thomas, only a freshman, playing catcher today. You mentioned Ty. He looks the part. Not a very big player. Doesn't look like he's matured yet. First pitch of the at-bat's going to be in there for a strike. Not sure if you saw the video that was circulating on ESPN and other news outlets about the complete splits in his at-bat. Did you see this, Ty? So this hitter can go into the complete splits. And I'm interested to see what the rule is, but they were calling it as if, you know, you had to throw it that tight, and you had to throw it, you know, on that big of a strike zone. And of course the pitcher. Situation we have here with Thomas, not a very big hitter. He's going to swing at the 0-1. It's going to be a lazy ground ball on the side. Jeff going to try and let it go foul. Barely gets it to go foul. That's going to bring the count to 0-2. Yeah. Running count here with 0-2, expecting something. not in the zone, or he could throw a pitch out here as well. Right, right. It is going to run. 2, and it is not in time. No, it's pretty good. And they're going to call him safe. Bluth looking over at the dugout saying, I don't think that's the right call. But I've lost the ball. So I want to keep on in. We're still missing the season. Three on the outside corner. Jackson Kelson was back in the inning again. Bottom. And Maddie Durant took it to him, and so it was pretty big deal to see this female track star beat the starting on the football team. Wasatch left Cole Zimmerman leading off. It does have takes ball one, fouls off strike one, and now he takes strike two. So we have a 1-2 count here in the bottom half of the second. Wasatch trails 1-0 here at Wasatch High School, opening game of the season here at the new turf field. Cole gets pulled on the off speed. He's going to hustle down the line, and that's going to be on target, and that's the strikeout of the game for the Wasps. And Wasatch has all 4 of their first 4 hitters have been retired. spikes the second pitch. That brings the count to 1-1. One out here in the bottom half of the second. Jack little open stance. Johnson delivers. This one's going to be a called strike on the outside part of the plate, and that brings the count to 1-2. Jackson Bolender on deck for the Wasps. We talked about your standout players so far. Number one, and that's Jackson Bolender. 545 batting average on the year, 1 home run, 1 RBI. He gets the DH call here in the first region game of the season. The 1-2 pitch is low, making the count 2-2. Jack Bluth, again, Wasatch running the count a little bit better here in the second inning. Only 5 pitches in the bottom half of the first for Johnston. The 2-2, and then he's going to get the strikeout. Strikeouts to start the bottom half of the second. One strike, Jackson Bolender. Again, 5:45. He's going to swing it off speed. And it is not in time or not handled by the first baseman. As the first base runner of the game, and it comes on an error by the third baseman. Kelsen Stocking, the catcher, 308. Pitch of the season, doubled it off the Desert Hills left field wall. First time we see Johnson out of the stretch. Now you can just see early in the count he's living on the outside part. He just has to have the approach to go the opposite way with these pitches. Right now, just a lot of rollovers, check swings. He's going to make the count to 0-1. Johnston, long look, slide step this time, comes back on the inside part of the plate, and that makes it count 0-2. Back to the Wasps beats on this junior tripping shot. One on foul off. And battles it to count. First base runner of the game brought to you by Graphic. Johnson to throw 3 pitches. First inning was second baseman. After the third. Welcome back to the top half of the third inning. Parts, your local Napa stocks, auto parts, tools, and equipment, and many other items for heavy-duty trucks, marine and equipment as well. Stop in today. Playing back in New York at Vassar College. Their season. Nick, first base, currently hitting .276 with 28 hits. Kelson's by pitching a run. He's calm. Back out. Yeah. 2-1-2. Had a fielder's choice ground out to third baseman. He gets a hold of this one, though. This one's going to be foul. And it's going to move the count to 2-2 as that goes out. Yeah, a little bit of some Wasatch history. So we talked about the turf field. This field was put in when the new high school was built. Before that, for a number of years, Who's the coach? Oh, the other players coach on. I like to. The head coach is what type of cold gear. Make sure we got good cold gear every year. The 2-1 pitch is moving down to 2-2. Kelsen's out to run on first base here in the top half of the third. Wasatch 1-0. That's the Kelsen looks once again. Now there's the 2-2. Swung up. Have one RBI. It's been really solid defensively. He's going to square. Be right back. opportunity right here. Sorry. Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
casually on his outfit. It just was so bizarre. Watching the whole situation unfold.
The 2-2. And he gets the outside corner. 5 strikeouts now for Jackson Kelson. Having his best game so far this year. Again, your strikeouts brought to you by Physical at the Pit Stop. Locally owned and operated. Serving you from head to toe, including vertigo to sports injury, serving the Heber Valley for over 40 years. The sports connection with that tie, and I don't know if you've seen it yet, is King Richard, where he plays the father of Serena and Venus Williams. It's a movie that I haven't seen yet, but it's one I'd like to see because I remember when those two came on the scene. And I remember their first big tournaments when they came out with their hair and all the white and red and blue beads, and kind of had a fascination with those two tennis players, and then to see their careers just take off as arguably, I think Serena's the best tennis player ever, and then Venus was her playing mate for so long. And I don't know, have you seen that movie yet, King Richard?
I haven't seen it, and that is something with slap, I guess, is what you want to call it with Will Smith is, unfortunately, Will Smith won an Oscar for that.
Yeah, yeah, you bet. Best actor, and I think it's his first Oscar as well. Yeah. Yeah.
Williams and that whole great story of how they developed and became stars. And instead of talking about that movie and the story that was told, now everyone's talking about the slap instead. And so it's a little bit of a shame that kind of stole the show from what was it sounds like a pretty good movie about those two.
2-2 count. He gets up 0-2, now throws 2 straight balls. Now gets it on the outside corner and got another strikeout looking back-to-back. That's now 3 straight strikeouts for Jackson Kelson. That one was against the sophomore Bailey. Bailey had a single in his first at-bat, not so in that one as he gets the strikeout. And that moves Jackson Kelson's strikeout count up to 6 Ks through 3 2/3 innings. If you're just joining us, 1-0. Wasatch is down 1-0. Jackson gave up a run in the first inning after walking and hitting a batter. But since then, he has been good, only giving up 2 hits, no runs, and now has 2 strikeouts here in the top half of the fourth.
You notice where a lot of these pitchers are striking out looking in this game?
Yeah.
It's on the south side half of the plate, right? And I think what you're seeing here is the umpires giving a generous outer half of the plate.
Yeah.
The fielders are having a hard time adjusting the first half of this ball game. Maybe second time or third time through the lineup, they'll get a little bit more on the plate and make some adjustments. But right now, they're really frozen on that outside.
Well, how about that, Ty? Make it 3 straight strikeouts in the top half of the fourth. 2 strikeouts looking, and then a strikeout on 3 straight pitches. He hits this junior Simmons down on 3 straight. Again, your strikeouts brought to you by Physical at the Pit Stop. No runs on no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. Wasatch still trails 1-0 as we move out to the bottom half of the fourth. Up for the Wasps, Swapp, Zimmerman, and Bluth. Yeah, yeah. Payton Swapp gets a hold of this one. Is it going to stay fair? And I don't think so, as that one hooks foul, but that ball was smoked. That would have been well over the left field fence. Foul that direction. Tough break for the Wasps there as Payton Swapp got a hold of a first pitch fastball and sent that one flying, but it's just going to be a long strike. And in the words of Mike Scholl, no one thinks that's cool but your mom and your girlfriend. But I think that was a pretty hard hit ball, and I'd say that's pretty cool.
You got some juice behind that, Tyler, but you're right. It's just a long strike. Unfortunately, that wind took that.
Yeah, yep.
It's about the scoreboard, which is about 30 to 45 feet inside the foul line. It was pretty easily foul.
A little bit of action over in the bullpen. Sam Gagan throwing a little bit. Has been probably Wasatch's best relief guy so far this year. Jackson Kelson, though, mowing right now. Curveball swung on and fouled off straight back to the backstop. Made the count to 1-2. Speaking of King Richard, Ty, and that movie, that's kind of an historical sports movie, and there's some great ones out there. What other historical sports movies come to mind? Maybe baseball-esque that are high on your list. I mean, you have my all-time favorite's The Natural, but that's not necessarily an historical, documentary here. Great piece of hitting, though, here from Payton Swapp. He gets down 1-2, but then goes right back up the middle for us. Payton Swapp with the leadoff guy on and with speed like Payton. like based on reality, right?
The rookie's a pretty fun one.
Little slash action. It's a high ground ball to third base. The third baseman was in there quite a bit. Man, tough break. Cole would have just gotten a little bit more of that. It bounced over the third baseman's head. It does advance the runner, so Wasatch has a runner on second base. So it was a slash and run, and just a little bit behind it. And if that just has a little bit more, it bounced over the third baseman's head. Instead, Rawlings fields it, throws it to first base, and Wasatch now has a runner on second with one out. Same situation they had in the previous inning. Yeah. This is a ground ball up the middle. Great diving stop here from the second baseman. It's going to be a single for Jack Bluth, but because the ball is kept in the infield, Payton Swapp has to stay at third base. So a good stop there from the second baseman. He isn't able to make
easy run because it would have been kind of slightly into the right center area, and Swapp would have scored easily there. But now here's the scenario. You've got Jackson Bolender up, who's not one of your fastest guys, but he does hit the ball hard. So double play is certainly on the table here with Bolender. But Bolender's also been one of your best bats. So
yeah.
I mean, this is the guy you want up in this spot. But that could prove to be a good diving stop there, even though it went down as a single.
Pitch is low in the zone, but called a strike. Jackson as well, 750 on the year in these situations when he has a runner in scoring position. He's got the one homer on the year. Hasn't produced a lot of RBIs, but has been good. It's going to be a pickoff to first base. Jack Bluth back easily. 0-1 count, one out. Wasatch with their best chance to score so far in the game. Bottom of the fourth action, Wasatch down 1-0 after giving up a run in the first. And now Jackson Bolender with a chance to tie it up with a runner on third. Payton Swapp led off the inning with a single up the middle. Jack Bluth with an infield single. Swung on the outside part of the plate and missed. Moves the count to 0-2. There you see that count, or that's off the plate, but Jackson Bolender feeling like he has to go with it. Jackson Bolender, one of the better hitters on the team, and going the opposite way. Trying to elevate something here. Does so, swung on. It's a ground ball to the shortstop. Jack Bluth went, and so he's going to be safe at second base, and that's going to produce a run as Wasatch ties the game at 1-1. Good call there from Coach Jacobson. He sent Jack Bluth on the 0-2, and that took the double play out of it. It would have been a double play ball, as you mentioned, Ty. Instead, the shortstop throws it over to the first baseman to get Jackson Bolender out. But that brings in the run, and Wasatch ties the game up. This one swung on. It's a lazy fly ball to right field. This one's down. Is it fair? It's fair. Jack Bluth's going to come in, and Wasatch has their first lead of the game. Great swing there from Kelsen Stocking. He goes the opposite way with it on a line drive over the first baseman's head that falls in there, and Wasatch has 2 runs on the board. Up runner will be senior Tad Sulcer, who will come into the ball. Junior Tad Sulcer. I keep thinking Tad's a senior. Junior Tad Sulcer comes into the game. It's going to be Tragan Shaw, who singled up the middle in his first at bat. Came into the game hitting .273. Swung on, fouled off down the left field line. Count 0-1. Going back to the movie side, Moneyball's got to be high on the list. It's a very well-made movie as far as historical and reality. The Rookie is one that's actually a tearjerker. That one gets me when he gets to call his son and let him know he's headed up to the majors. Ball one, long. Yeah. Yeah. Move gets that. Tragan Shaw leading up. One runner, no runners are left on base. Wasatch takes a 2-1. action coming up after this. Situation, it will be painless and easy. Stop on into Guild Mortgage. If you just want to be educated and just see what your options are, great personalized service over at Guild Mortgage. Off air, tie 42. Great movie there, 8 Man Out, Pride of the Yankees, 61. Some good baseball movies based on real life stories. Tweet at us and let us know if you have any others. This first pitch is bunted foul as it moves on. Swung on and missed on the second pitch as well. Moves the count to 0-2. The hitter is Chandler, the left fielder. Curveball swung on and fouled off. Kelson a little bit lucky on that. A little bit in his first at bat. Chandler shout out to Wasatch Physical Therapy, sponsors of our run. Scored. Wasatch Physical Therapy and Sports Medicine, your rehabilitation specialist dedicated to your total recovery from sports injuries, auto injuries, industrial and Ivy and his team. Get you back to 100%. That's going to bring up the number 9 hitter, Thomas. He had a strikeout looking. Strikeouts for Jackson Kelson in the ballgame.
That's what I just get to 8 strikeouts and only a 60% strike ratio. But that's pretty good because when you come up with Jackson Kelson really doesn't well.
He's coming right now. He's up 0-2 now on Thomas, the catcher. Fastball on the outside corner. Gets him swinging. Disagrees. 1-2-3 inning, as that would put Jackson Kelson about 5 pitches going into the top half of the 6th. It's going to bring Bennett, who walked in his first at bat, did strike out in his second at bat. Swung on into lazy ground. Can't field it clean, and that will put a base runner on.
So he's trying to come hard. He knew he had to go quickly with it, but he didn't break his feet down in time to kind of get comfortable to field that ball. As you get closer to the ball, he needs to set one approach down where he can kind of receive it well, because it's not that hop again, right? We're on turf. These things are hopping in a way that you can understand, but he just wasn't able to line his feet up as he tried to attack that ball. Did everything right until the last minute when he needed to break it down and be a little bit.
Puts the leadoff hitter on. There's 2 outs in the top half here of the 5th inning. Kelson takes a peek, takes another one, now delivers. It's going to be low and in the dirt. Kelsen Stocking can't handle it. That's going to advance the runner. On. Center fielder, a senior. Grounded out to a fielder's choice in the first inning. Walked in his second at bat. But this is a guy who's been good. 1 home run, 7 RBIs on the year for Hollinghouse. The 1-0 pitch. Jackson Kelson looks twice at Bennett. Now delivers the 1-0. It's low, and this one gets by Kelson again. Nobody covering home. Bennett can try to maybe take off, doesn't do it, but now the tying run is now on third base. And a 2-0 count. Jackson Kelson was humming at 6 straight Ks, but after the error by Chett with 2 outs, and it was a tough one. That's a tough error. That's a coming out, trying to get it, just couldn't get it into his glove. But just like that, in 2 straight balls, Maple Mountain has a tying run on third base.
But Ty, this one you just can't let in. You use a different analogy. Like soccer, this would feel like an own goal, right? I mean, Wasatch, like you have a swinging bunt, a ball that doesn't even go 90 feet, and the guy gets on base due to an error. And then 2 balls that are really pretty blockable balls that the catcher shouldn't let by him. Now you got a runner on third base. And like you said, Jackson's humming. That run has no business coming across. Wasatch needs to find a way to shut this down.
Does get a fastball at the belt called strike. Moves the count to 2-1. 2-1, 2 outs, top of the 5th. Wasatch leads 2-1 after 2 runs in the bottom half of the 4th by RBIs by Bolender and Stocking. The 2-1 swung on and missed. Another off-speed pitch, and that makes the count 2-2. The 2-2, and guess what? It's another swung on and missed, and Jackson Kelson has retired. The last 7 guys, or at least the last 7 outs for Wasatch, have come by way of strikeout. No runs on no hits, 1 error, 1 left. Carter Bucott in the top of the order. Well, Jackson Kelson just been lights out, Ty, and it's too bad he couldn't get settled down a little first inning. Shut out. Only has had 2 hits given up the entire game. The 1 run was because of the walk and then the hit by pitch, and so he's just been good. 7 straight outs have come by way of strikeout. He now has 10 strikeouts in the ball game. So out of the 15 outs, the Wasatch has 10 of which are strikeouts. And he's just been really good. The curveball's there. Everything's there right now for Jackson Kelson. His pitch count, I believe he's at 80. So hopefully he can come out there in the 7th. A complete game for Jackson Kelson. Wasatch has had trouble in the bullpen. It'll be interesting to see what they decide to do with it. It's going to be Tragan Shaw to lead off the 6th. He has a hard barrel, but it's right at the shortstop who catches the line drive, and Wasatch has 1 out here in the bottom half of the 5th. Bucott swing starting to look a little bit better, Tights. He's going to single over the second baseman's head on a 2-0 count. And with 1 out, Wasatch has a count. Pickoff move. Now it's second pickoff move. He's got a good one, Ty, and Wasatch's Carter Bucott has a good lead over first base. He's been able to get back just in time. both times. It's going to bring up the leadoff hitter for the Wasps, Erickson. Popped out to right field and had a strikeout in his second at bat. Has gotten a hit in all 8 games this year, looking to keep that hitting streak alive. Another move, 3 straight pickoff moves over to first base. That time Carter McCott able to get back easily. Still not a pitch delivered to Crew Erickson in his 3rd at bat of the season, or of the game. Johnson's been good as well, Ty. Only 4 hits for Wasatch in the ball game. 2 runs. This one swung on. It's going to be another fly ball to right field. Crew just getting a little bit underneath, trying to go the opposite way with it, just dropping that back shoulder a little bit too much. And he's retired. He goes 0 for 3 now in the ball game. That's going to bring up Chett Wilson. He had a good barrel in his last at bat, and he's got to do some damage here with 2 outs.
But you can see a little bit of the tendencies on a couple of these moves today. That one he was more trying to serve it up and almost lunging at the ball rather than stepping in and driving it the other way. So much improvement between last year and this year, just on the completeness of his swing. But he looks to be a little bit off today going up against his left.
Yeah, time was off on his first at bat. Chett Wilson's going to take ball 1. He grounded out to the second baseman and then flew out, really lined out to the right fielder in his second at bat. Had a good barrel. He's going to go down. Oh, he gets a strike call, so that moves the count to 1-1. Looking at the stats, only 52 pitches for Johnston. He has moved through the Wasatch lineup. Wasatch has been aggressive, and it looks like he's going to have no problem going the distance in this one.
A lot of strikes here for Maple Mountain as well. So Wasatch is being aggressive and swinging early, but it's partly because now
it's so nice to have like this in a 3-game series. Wasatch will be playing every team 3 games in a week, and when you have a strike thrower like Johnson that can get outs, it just helps your bullpen in games 2 and 3 to have everybody available. Jackson Kelson will see if he can have a quick 6th inning to make that the same for Wasatch. This ball's in the dirt. Carter McCott gets a great jump. He's going to take second base. Great job there for reading that ball in the dirt. Count now 1-2, and now a base hit from Chett could give Wasatch a 2-run lead. This one swung on, a lazy fly ball over the shortstop. It's going to land. Carter McCott's going to try to get there. It's shallow center or left field. Not in time. Nobody covers third base, and Chett's going to advance from first. The ball game, and Wasatch up 3-1. Yeah, we do. Payton Swapp, who had a hard barrel over the left field fence, but fouled and singled up the middle. So he's 1 for 2 on the day with an RBI opportunity. Strikes on him as he takes strike 1 and then swings and misses at the second pitch. So 0-2 count with a runner on third base. Johnston trying to settle in. Wasatch up 3-1. The 0-2 swung on, fouled off as Payton stays alive. Hasn't been great with guys in scoring position this year. Does have a .483 batting average and 4 RBIs, 2 home runs as he battles that 0-2 pitch off, and it'll reset the count at 0-2. This one swung on, a deep fly ball to right center field. Back. It's going to drop. This is going to be a double for Payton Swapp. Another run comes in to score as Wasatch with 2 outs, produces 2 runs, and have taken the lead. Another good piece. And Wasatch takes the 4-1 lead. Yeah.
was one of those. And the rest of his game, he's been pulling off, trying to hit a home run, and he didn't stay disciplined the way that you're seeing here. Today, he hammers a ball foul out of the park, and he comes back and drives it right center. Spot on. It's good discipline game for the senior, who again is committed to play some ball at Mesa Community College in Erickson. If you're not that familiar with the baseball community, that's a good school to play baseball at down there, and you've got a good one.
The double puts him at second base with 2 outs, brings up Cole Zimmerman, who's going to take strike 1, then takes a curveball. Zimmerman struck out swinging in his first at bat and then grounded out on a slash and run. He's going to go into the book as 0-2 on the day, but that was really a sacrifice in his second at bat. And an RBI opportunity here. 5 RBIs on the year for Zimmerman, 273 with runners in scoring position. Swung on, he was on that one, just missed it as it goes back to the backstop, and that moves the count to 1-2. Cole hasn't had the start of the season that he would have liked, but has guys in scoring position. And he's got an opportunity here. 1-2 the count with 2 outs. Johnston, the freshman, sets, takes a look at Swapp, takes a second look at Swapp, now delivers. Swung on, it's a ground ball up the middle. This has a chance of scoring Swapp. It's a single Swapp. And he's going to come in easily. 3 runs scored for Wasatch here with 2 outs in the bottom half of the 5th. The ball gets away from Maple Mountain, and Cole's going to be able to advance to second base on the air. Back hit. Going to bring up Jack Bluth. Jack Bluth, 1 for 2, had a single over the second baseman's head in his last at bat, and he ended up scoring in that inning as well to pick off Cole, which is close at second base. Cole Zimmerman again with an RBI single and then advanced on an overthrow by the center fielder. New count here for Jack. Jack playing second base today. It started at second base every game this season. Wasatch has been able to build a 5-1 lead. That trip to the mound, once again, brought to you by Mirror Lake Station, voted best donuts in Utah. The Mirror Lake Station is your stop for gas, groceries, and goodies. Legendary owners, David and Kristen Wade, invite you to swing by and say hello this season at Mirror Lake Station. Jack Bluth, no count. Wasatch out 5-1, scored 3 runs with 2 outs. It swung on. This one's going to be a lazy pop fly to third base. Jack gets a second chance. Count of 0-1. One strike. This one's swung on. The middle closer is going to be waved home by Coach Jacobson. And just like that, Wasatch. Side and back to the middle. Wasatch putting on a clinic on a hit with 2 strikes. just keeps rolling. Just another 5 more ball game. 6-1 the lead. Check swing strike. Count to 1-1 to Jackson Bolender. Done an error in the second inning to the third baseman, then grounded out to the shortstop, but it did produce Wasatch's first run of the game. This one swung on, fouled off down the right side. Dedicated to your recovery from sports injuries. Off the thumb there. Two strikes, and Wasatch again, 4 straight hits and 4 runs scored, all coming with 2 outs here in the bottom half of the 5th. And they've got another runner in scoring position as Jack Bluth is able to advance on the dirt. It's been a delayed pause here as Thomas took the ball. And Jackson Bolender now in the box, 2-2 count. Johnston sets on the left side of the rubber, throwing from the left-hand side as well. Now sets, takes a look at Jack, delivers the 2-2. Fastball swung on. Guess what? It's the right center field gap, and nobody's getting this one. This one's going to go all the way to the fence. Another run comes in to score. Give the double. Is he going to try to lay out the triple? No, he'll stay at second base. But Jackson Bolender with 2 strikes and 2 outs goes the opposite way, and Wasatch now has built a 7-2 lead, and it's going to bring another trip to the mound from Coach Thomas of Maple Mountain, and this could do it for Johnston. And how about that, Ty? Just a clinic in hitting, as Wasatch has been so good and so fun to watch here in the bottom half of the 5th. It is going to be a pitching change. We'll take a break. Wasatch 7, Maple Mountain 1. This is the Region 9 opener for Wasatch. We'll be back after this. brought to you by Wasatch Bag Grill and Deli, a family-owned and operated business that has been serving great customer service in Heber City and Midway for the... And as my tummy begins to rumble, Ty, Deli, we're into the top of the sixth. Came into the game, struck out looking first at bat, and struck out in the second at bat as well. He takes strike one. Speaking of legendary, Ty, we talked about legendary. Backhand, high. second at bat. He'll come up to the plate now. This is going to be if Wasatch or how the U.S. RBIs now on the year for Chett. 3 in the game. We got a bit.
Some of that, Dave, you told a lot of colorful stories here with this Wasatch baseball team. And you
You have it. Full count. Left field line moving count to 2-1. 6. I'm going to cut. RBIs now for Chett Wilson. That one had a chance as the winds died down, and that one just didn't get enough elevation on it as he doubles off the right field wall. Turned around and kind of stopped running. An RBI double in his last at bat and a single in his second at bat and scored trips on the base. Water. talking about. 2, 2, 8-2 the score. As Chett doubles off the right field wall, brings in crew Erickson. Wasatch has scored now 6 runs with 2 outs. Curveball on the elbow. Thomas thought he had that one in on the inside corner. It's going to move the count to 2-2. More on the board. By being down 1 run, we got 1 runner. 8-2 from their opening region win of the season.
Wasatch High School, Wasatch Big Mountain, 7th inning. Speedboat to 4, Beaver Valley, first line service, sales, and repair.
On the mound, back at bats with backward Ks. 2 backward Ks. Learn more at DorianStanfield.com. 1-2 Wasatch. Off the game by giving up 1 run on the top of the first inning, but then held Maple Mountain scoreless until the 6th and gave up 1 run in the 6th. And then 2 in the 4th, 5 in the 6th. 2 in the 4th, 5 in the 5th, and 1 in the 6th. On the outside part, moving the count to 2-2. Thing. In the last inning, or Sherry. A ground out at second baseman. A ground out to the first baseman. This seventh inning brought to you by Gucci Goo Barbecue. And so, Dave, I want to ask you, if you go to a barbecue place, what's your go-to? What do you like to? Brisket. I like a brisket. Yeah. Two sides that you like to go with the fried cauliflower. Go with Joe. That's my speed. Go with Joe. That's right. 1 point. Ball. Favorite. Swinging at the curveball now moves the count. One, two again. After making them down to their last strike. Swung on, fouled off the backwards. Set at 1-2. Joe, another one of the coaches last year with us. So me, Tyler Moss, Dave, and Joe, all part of the staff. And then, yeah, we learned quickly that whatever Joe ordered was the best thing that you could have ordered. And so we learned just to have Joe order first, and we just copied him. Another swung on and another barrel to center field. Nearly gets over Payton Swapp's head. How about that?